Mercy Home. I'm going to lead us through some yoga poses and stretches today that are great for relaxation, maybe when you wake up in the morning or right before bed, or any time in your day when you need a little bit of relaxation. So we're going to start off today in a seated position. Maybe this is cross-legged, maybe this is your legs out in front of you, kneeling, whatever is most comfortable for you. And we're going to start off by tapping into our breathing and the movement that's already in our body. So we're going to start by placing one palm where our heart is and one palm where our belly is, just to feel the movement of our breath in our body. So we'll start off, you can close your eyes for a moment, and we're just going to begin to notice our breath as we've done before. Not feeling the need to change anything about our breath, but just noticing. Noticing the pace, the rhythm. Notice each inhale and exhale. And take your time here. There's no need to rush your breath. We're just tapping in to how our body breathes, how our body takes care of us each day. And on your next exhale, begin to release your palms. Finding your palms, maybe at your sides, maybe on your knees, whatever's most comfortable for you again. And we're going to begin some movement just by finding some movement in our torso here. So we're going to find movement by reaching our chest up to the ceiling or the sky and reaching it back, creating a curve here in our torso. Reaching up towards some sort of light, creating some lightness in our chest, and reaching back as we curve, creating this space in our torso. One more time, reaching up and back. Good. And we'll start here to find a little bit more movement in our torso. So finding a bit of a circle in all directions. I'm moving in a clockwise direction here. You can move in whichever way is easiest for you at the moment, but we're just making a circle with our torso. I like to think of this as if I was in a big jar of something, maybe a big jar of peanut butter or something, and each side is being kind of scraped by my torso here as I move it around. And we're feeling each muscle waking up as we create this circle with our torso. And when you're ready, you can reverse that circle. Notice if you feel any difference in this circle going this way than the other way. Maybe you can switch it up again. Find the movement that's right for your body today. Maybe it's a bit of a smaller circle, or maybe it's a little bit more exaggerated. And on your next breath out, come back to center. Find that center, whatever that is for you today. And we're going to begin with our breathing. Find a curve, bringing our right arm up, over and across. We're just going to stay here a moment so we can feel the stretch all the way from our fingertips down to our hip bone. Making sure to breathe here. And as we breathe in, we feel our ribs becoming a little bit more open. And as we breathe out, we might reach across a little bit more. Do that one more time. Breathing in as we open up our ribs, and breathing out as we reach across. Breathing in once more, and out as we come back to center. And we'll do the other side now. So reaching down, up, and across. Noticing if this side stretch feels different for you than the other side. Reaching from our fingertips down to our hip bone. And once again, noticing our breath. With each inhale, we open up our ribs. And with each exhale, we reach across a bit further, extending our limbs, extending our muscles. Once again, opening up as we breathe in and reaching as we breathe out. On your next breath out, coming back to center. And we'll try this same movement in just at your own pace this time. So maybe that means adding a little bit of flow to it, a little bit of movement. And this pace can be different than the pace that I'm doing because we all move differently. But we're just waking up our side body here. In our daily activities, our side body often gets neglected. So this is a nice time to pay attention to it and give it some care and love. So once more, reaching across and across. And coming back to center here, maybe take a moment to center yourself with your breath. Good. And we'll come now, staying in our seated position, focusing on our arms and our wrists. Our wrists are another part of our body that don't get a lot of attention throughout our day. And it's nice to give them some care as we focus on some more subliminal parts of our body and our movement. So we're going to start by just creating a little bit of movement in our wrists. Creating some circles. Whatever's comfortable for you, maybe reaching out and stretching your wrists. Maybe stretching them the opposite way. Just finding movement in your wrists, however you'd like in this moment. And we're going to start off with our right hand, bring it to the side, and we're just going to create some circles on our wrist, kind of circling towards the front, circling under and forward. I like to think of this as kind of a scooping motion. And as we find this circle, this scooping motion with our wrist, we're just going to find a little bit of more movement as we do this same motion and bring this motion into our elbow. And as you bring this into our elbow, you'll start to see that you can't really help but bring this into your shoulder. So we're going to bring this scoop even bigger now, as big as you can make it. And we're doing this so we can articulate every muscle, every joint in our arm and our right side. And you'll see this motion starts to come into our back and our shoulder blades. We'll try just a few more. And release your arm. Maybe give a little shake. It might be tired after that movement. And we'll come to our other arm. And once again, we're just starting with our left arm out, starting to circle our left wrist. Gently noticing any tension that's in your arm or your wrist. Again, scooping under and forward. And beginning to bring this circling into your elbow. And when you're ready, bringing it into your shoulder as this scooping motion becomes bigger and bigger. If you can imagine a really large circle or sphere on the side of your body on the left, we can scoop all throughout that circle. And once again, thinking of waking up each joint, each muscle in your left arm and side body, your back and your shoulder blades. And once more, and come back to center. Good. We'll come now to find our wrists circle in the front again. Maybe slowly they move out to our sides. And we might find that scoop with both arms. And just take a moment to find the full expression of your arms movement here. Finding out how expansive your upper body can be, how far you can reach, how much space you can take up. And once more, and on your next breath out, slow down and come back to center. Good. So from here, I'm going to move sideways so that you can see my side body, but you're welcome to stay facing forward. We're going to come to change whatever position you were in, and we're going to come to our legs bent in front of us here. So we have this triangle that our legs are making, and we're going to just begin by kind of noticing what it's like to have our feet on the floor. We haven't had that yet in this practice. You're welcome to either place your palms on your knees, maybe on your waist, or maybe even on the floor beside you if your arms are long enough. And we're just going to take a moment here to practice the curving and the stretching that we practiced with our torso before this. So we're just going to practice as we notice our breath, reaching back and up and back and up. And you can try to picture your spine here, almost like it's elastic, creating a curve and lengthening, creating a curve and lengthening. And we're creating space here as we curve, and we're almost zipping up into our center as we straighten. So once more, curving and straight. And come back to center here, just to a comfortable space. Feel your sits bones underneath you and your hips. And we're going to come now to either straightening our legs down in front of us, or maybe just straightening them with a bit of a bend here. I'm going to try that. So whatever's most comfortable for you here, it's completely up to you. And we're just going to begin by flexing our feet, so pulling our toes back and pointing our toes. Flexing our feet and pointing. Flexing and pointing. Maybe give your legs a little shake here, give your feet a shake. And we'll try that once more. Pulling our toes back as we flex and pointing them as they push forward. Flexing as we pull back and pointing, pushing forward. Try that once more on your own. Flexing and pointing. Good. Once again, give yourself a shake out here. And we're going to try here just a bit of core strengthening stretches and exercises. So our core is where our belly is, and it's where we hold a lot of our energy and a lot of intention for ourselves, and it's important to take notice of it and just find some awareness in our core. So that's what we'll be doing today. So once again, finding your legs in this bent position, and you're going to here find your palms just a bit behind you, maybe a few inches behind your hips. So you might be leaning back a little bit. And we're going here to start with our right leg. And we're going to find our legs strengthen and lengthen and bend and relax. And with our left leg, lengthening as we strengthen it and bending to relax. And we'll keep going with this alternation. Right leg and left leg. Right leg and left leg. And maybe this begins to be sort of a sweeping motion. And we're going to pause here for just a moment, and with our arms still behind us, we're going to come and see if we can support our legs and our core here, but lifting both legs. So maybe your legs are bent here. Maybe you grab the back of your thighs for some support and seeing if we can balance on our hips. And maybe it's just for a few moments, maybe it's for a few seconds, but just testing out what that feels like. And maybe our toes are only a few inches off the floor. And coming back. Good. Once again, give your legs a little bit of a shake and bring them out in front of you once again. So once again here, you're welcome to find a little bit of bending in your knees or a more straight formation here. We're going to come here to just find our center once again. So maybe place one palm on your heart, one palm on your belly. And we'll just come back to our breathing here. Just noticing where our breath has gone throughout this practice, if it's changed at all. And on our next breath out, our arms come to our side. And on our next breath in, we're going to sweep them up above. And on our next breath out, we're going to slowly begin to hinge and bend forward here. So we're really focusing here on lengthening our back here. So we don't want to curve our back, but lengthening it here. And maybe we reach for our knees. Maybe we reach for our our shins. Or maybe we reach for our ankles or feet. Whatever is comfortable for you, just remembering that we can bend our legs and we're lengthening our backs rather than curving. And once you find a comfortable stretch here, just relax your head and relax your neck. And we're focusing here on constantly lengthening our back and relaxing forward. Take a few breaths here, inhaling as we lengthen and exhaling as we fold forward. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold forward. Once more all together, lengthening and folding. And on your own time, take your time to slowly roll up. The top of our head is the last thing to come up. I'm going to turn back towards the front now. You can stay in the position that you're in, but come back to that position that you found yourself in the beginning of this practice. So maybe cross-legged, maybe on your knees, maybe your legs are out in front of you still. And we're just going to take a moment to thank our bodies for the practice that they just engaged in, thank your mind, and thank your energy for all that it gave today. So once again, finding one palm on your chest where your heart is, and one palm on your belly. And we'll just take a moment here to breathe on our own time. So there's no need to judge your breath or your body here. We're accepting what our breath and our body is giving us today. And we're thankful for it. We can thank our bodies for the energy that they give us and for the movement that they allow. And we can thank ourselves for showing up today for this practice. On your next breath out, let go of any remaining tension that you may be holding. So you can allow yourself to go into the rest of your day. So thank you all so much for joining me for this practice, and I hope to see you soon.